y'all? What's up? Miss Royal Bloodline in the building. About to drop another video. And I just wanted to speak briefly, if I can, on lemonade. First of all, I am giving a review on lemonade. And for all the haters, get your life and have several seats on the ground because she slayed that beast, laid it on the ground. Whatever you want to say, keep it to yourself. Anywho, at the end of the day, what I got out of the video was the fact that she did drop some jewels, and she did drop some spiritual science, and a lot of us get caught up in this Illuminati mess, and they are so misinformed because they don't understand occultism, and when people are looking at the occultism, they're shunning something from a religious mindset, be it Christian or any other mindset. Anything that takes you out of that control system, anything that takes you out of that box is going to automatically be perceived as evil. And it's just crazy how people want to speak negative about her and Jay-Z, because the average people who don't have as much money as them got just as many problems. But you never see anybody exposing themselves in their own foolishness. So why try to expose somebody who's living a life and doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing in their manifestation? Some people came here to do just what she's doing or just what he's doing. You're manifesting here to be on the exact path at the exact time that you're doing it. So I would just say to stop throwing shade in people's directions and focus on yourself, because it'll be a waste of a manifestation to come to this earth and know all things but your own ignorance. Half of the people who be running their mouth and talking trash don't even know the divisions of their own breath. They don't know how many circuits of the brain they have. They don't know anything about sexology. Otherwise, they wouldn't make a lot of the oops and slip-ups that they're making. Which the reason why I go in so much on sexology and know thyself and metaphysics is so that we can avoid a lot of pitfalls and so that we can elevate to the next level of understanding, because we got way too many people out here having children by too many different people, and a lot of these children aren't being cared for, and looked after properly. We have so many divisions in religions and ideologies and different schools of thoughts that we can't come together to unify long enough to prevent these innocent victims that are being killed by cops. So I think her video with formation had a lot to do with unity. It doesn't matter what school of thought that you come from. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. You are a melanated being. And that alone should unite you, because no matter if you're Israelite or more, a 5%er, a Nation of Islam, at the end of the day, we all face the same problem. At the end of the day, our melanin is the same. We're just different hues and shades of olive. So we have to definitely understand that it is time to get information. The reason why I like the title Lemonade is because, I've always said that I've been the type of person that can start from nothing, or to make lemonades out of lemons with the little resources that I do have and grow something with it. Hence what I do with Royal Bloodline and my partner over there, we do that, but overall, like, a lot of her subliminal things touch me, working with love and relationships. I deal with a lot of people who are constantly going through some type of battles with their relationship, and infidelity is a big one. I honestly think to each his own with polygamy. I seen another video where a guy brought up polygamy, and my take on that is I don't think that a lot of people are mature enough or have the understanding of energy to even move toward that level. Like, it's a whole group on Facebook that want to focus on polygamy, but I've never seen in that group where they talk about the exchange of energy. I never seen them break down sexology. I never seen them give a whole understanding on sexual energy, period. All they know is that it's profitable for, the household, because we live in a different income bracket where the more people support in the household, the better it is. And, this woman can sew, this woman can cook, and they all should come together, and yada, yada, yada. But like I said, to each his own, do your thing. As long as you're doing it properly, as long as you educate it properly, by all means, do whatever makes you happy. But there's an order to everything. There's a way certain things have to be done in moderation, or you shouldn't be doing it. As far as monogamy is concerned, I think that when it comes to relationships, people have been given through media what relationships are supposed to look like. We look to reality TV and see what monogamous relationships are about, and is basically about, from that standpoint, causing division, causing infidelity, causing confusion and upheavals. When it comes to monogamous relationships, I think people need to focus on being each other's best friend first, instead of coming into a relationship with straight up conditions. Like, you're already conditioned. Why do you want to put condition on love? Always come into a relationship willing to work on yourself, because what you don't like in another person is going to be a reflection of you. So you definitely have to work on yourself to attract the things that you would like, in a mate. If there's certain things that you don't like in that person, it's like, check yourself first to make sure it ain't you, and then move forward. Also, definitely keep the lines of communication open. When it comes to relationships, especially in this cycle that we're going through with Mercury retrograde, we have a lot of miscommunication happens, be it electronic devices or just verbal communication with people in your environment or in your relationships. A lot of arguments happen around this time, a lot of breakups happen around this time. So it was definitely, kind of like a on point time to post this type of video. I don't honestly think, and it's just me, just from the energy that I'm picking up in that video, people can say what they want, but I honestly think that she was not talking about infidelity between her husband and another woman. I see that she's had issues in the past dealing with her mother and father's relationship, how her father went out, smashed some chick, and had a baby outside of their marriage. So I do see that she did post a video where she was having issues, and she didn't really have a lot of closure, because she hadn't communicated with her father after that happened, and it tore her up. Of course she's an adult, but she's still her father's child, and she's still her mother's child. And so, siblings and children I'm not saying siblings, but children, divorces or breakups affect children just as much as it affect the man and the woman in a situation. And we definitely have to look at the fact that we should definitely, before just running out on our relationship, consider our whole entire family that's involved. How the children would feel if their mom and their father was fighting all the time, or if they were pushed apart when they're used to being in a house with both parents. She grew up with her mother and her father in the same household. Like, her father was her manager at one point in time. So, there was some type of close relationship with them, at one point in time. So, I can feel where she's coming from. But not only did she speak about, I think she spoke about more than just infidelity. She went into self-initiation, and self-initiation in her way was um, working with the Orishas. You know, I seen a lot of different Orishas in there. I seen like my favorite Orishas, which were the Ibiji twins. I thought that was really cute. That she incorporated all that in her video. I seen her going through the ritual with Oshun. Her dealing with her her facing her own demons with who she is as a person, and or not just saying her. I don't think that she spoke generally for herself. I think she spoke for all women that are faced with the same problems. And a lot of us as women are are going through the same things. Trust me. Every time my phone rings, somebody has the same exact problem as the other woman that I had just talked to. It may be slightly different, but it's pretty much on point the same. So to me, it represented a lot about feminine suppression. Not speaking on some Caucasian feminist standpoint, because I don't believe in hating men. I think that we should all have a balance. But feminism in another way could be that you do have your brother's back, but you have that sister love, and there's nothing wrong with having sisterly love, because we've been taught to envy each other, to hate on each other, to throw shade on each other. So we do need more feminine empowerment, not to be against a group of men, but to be more uplifting of ourselves, and for us to take care of our bodies and to love self first. The problem with a lot of relationships nowadays is that a lot of women don't set standards for themselves. And then you have these brothers out here that's not willing to meet standards because you didn't set any, or you have a lot of women that jump into a relationship ASAP because they're afraid of being by themselves. So they'll take the next Joe Blow that's just willing to offer more so lust than anything else. Like he don't have any goals, he don't have any plans, he's not trying to build a future with you, but you consider yourself to be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't even know they're in a relationship half the time. So there is no communication. And then when he goes out and he's smashing another chick, it's like, oh, he cheated on me and this, that, and the third. But there was no real initiation of what are we, doing? What are your goals? What is your plan? A man without a plan can't provide you with anything. A man that doesn't love himself can't provide you with anything. And if you're a strong-minded sister with some education on yourself, you really have to set a standard. You as the woman, you are the water. You are the navigator of your relationship. So if you don't set the tone, he's just going to follow whatever you're doing. If you smash him on the first night, he's not going to say, no, I don't want to sleep with you. He's going to get the cookies and keep it moving if you allow him to do that. If enough women came together and set a standard for themselves and said, this is what I want, you can either meet standards, or move your ass out the way for the next person, then it won't be a lot of guys out here just treating you like a pushover and feeling like they can do that. Sometimes we do it to ourselves and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just run across idiots that don't recognize the type of goddess that they have in front of them. This is why you have to forever be at work on yourself. So if a dude go out and do something trifling, that's his loss. That's something that he has to work through. And this is where a lot of her key points came into in her video, when, like she had to wrestle with herself. She had to allow her subconscious mind to meet her conscious mind. And I've seen a lot of death and rebirth. It's like I'm dying off from the immature woman that I was prior to me being Oshun. When you go into the stories of the Orishas, they're powerful, and it makes a lot of sense by way of what's going on today. You know, it also made mention of the fact that the woman, the Asiatic woman, is the most disrespected, most mistreated person known. You know, like, she gives birth to your children and she's called bitches, hoes, thoughts, or whatever. And sometimes this is not even a woman that disrespects herself, but this is the conditioning um that has been put on a lot of men who perceive us as that way. It's like, you know, I risk my life for you. I cut my body open to breathe forth life. You know, like, a woman can die on an operation table, and this is the things I get. You know, like, I really don't respect a lot of religions with this patriarchal crap that they control women, or a woman has to walk 3 steps behind a man. You know, like, I had to chomp a dude off because, you know, I was with my dude and he gonna ask me, are you equal to him? Like, what do you mean? Like, are you serious? Is your woman equal to you? Because I'm a goddess and this is a lord right here, and we bang together. So you see what we do. So why would you ask, am I his equal? It ain't no big eyes and little U's in my relationship. And if it is, I don't need to be in it. Period. You see what I'm saying? We definitely have to evaluate the way we view the world. You know, a lot of situations that's going on is due to a patriarchal mindset. You know, I've been in situations in past relationships where a dude thought that he could control me on a physical and a mental and a spiritual level, and I had to draw that sword, baby, because no, I know who I am, and you're going to respect it or you're going to get out my face. You know, so not to get all into my own personal situation, but it's just, you know, like an example of respect yourself, love yourself first. You know, that's a big thing that's missing among women of all races. Respect yourself, love yourself first. You know, but like I said, she did have to meet with her conscious mind and her subconscious mind. You know, she did put a lot of key points in her video as far as denial, angry, apathy, emptiness, reformation, forgiveness, what is it? Resurrecting. You have to resurrect into a new person. You know, like, I had a lot of clients that went through a few breakups, and, you know, like, my suggestion would be not to jump back into another relationship until you have went through a rebirth. Meaning shedding off old skin or shedding off an old mentality and taking on a new one. Again, we're talking about working on ourselves. We're talking about loving ourselves first. You know, some women have been through so much mental abuse in a relationship that they no longer value themselves because the man said, ain't nobody gonna want you, you're ugly, you're fat, you know, you'll never find anybody better than me. So these women are stuck with these emotional scars, and they need to heal from that. So I did see a lot of the healing take place in the video with the women going out into the water. You know, like, I think there was like a Ykeme demonstration done. There was the ocean, you know, because they both are tied to water. She brought that Oya Kaliman energy. She brought that Sekhmet energy, you know, and when you understand in the occult, anything feminine is primal. And when you go into patriarchal rule, anything that's feminine is considered evil to them. Like, they say a woman should be seen and not heard. You go into the mosque, they say that the woman doesn't have to be taught by her Imam, but her husband can learn from the Imam and come home and teach her. You have What else? It's a lot of crazy stuff. Like with Adam and Eve, they want to say, oh, well, Eve made him eat the apple, so she's evil. Her cycle makes her evil and crazy, and like, just think of all the suppression that a woman has went through for more than 5,000 years. Even when you read into the stories of the Yoruba deities or just the Orishas in general, you look at Ykeme, who was raped by her own son, and she exploded, and 16 other Orishas popped out, which would be Oya. I think it would be Oya or Ogun. It's like, oh my God, you just got to read the story. You know, I can't give it to you verbatim, but I am going to do another video about the story of the Orishas and how they became to be. It's crazy, and it's like the feminine suppression starts even in that story, and you can see where it's leaked off into now, and how this feminine energy has to rise again and be in balance with that masculine energy, because it's been suppressed so long. So you got this polarity axis that's just shifting so much that we have more feminized men. No shade against homosexuality. I don't care who you sleep with, so I'm not going to judge you. But I'm just giving thumbs up, kudos, and ashes to Beyonce. I see your growth since you began your journey in your music career, and I'm honestly proud of you. You know, I think a lot of people need to quit hating on Bae, honey. You know, because she is putting herself at risk by putting out so much information. You know, so you definitely have to respect what she's doing. You know, or just not say anything negative about her and her husband. If you knew on a deeper level what they really were about, you know, so many people wouldn't judge them, but we know it's due to ignorance. But it's just the fact that she even has knowledge of these Orishas is a beautiful thing. You know, so only certain people who have seen her video is going to truly understand what's going on here. You know, but that's all I have for today. I just wanted to drop that little tidbit because I just get tired of hearing, you know, like the misconception. Like I said, I don't think that she cheated on her husband. You know, like, I don't think that she would put her business out in the ethers like, yeah, he cheated on me, but you see her booed up with her man in the video and having a beautiful relationship with her child. You know, they was doing the family thing. So why would he be a part of being exposed in the video? Like, just think about that too. You know, I thought that was like a serious Riri moment for somebody to even say that. But, you know, if I come up with anything else pertaining to that, you know, like, I'll drop another bomb or whatever. But definitely keep love in your life. Hashtag love is law. You know, if you're going through a relationship situation, you know, and you need some spiritual advisory on it, you can hit me in my inbox on Facebook. You know, or you can definitely hit me through sevensagemetaphysics.com, where we and Terrain and myself do spiritual readings, and help to heal you. You know, help you to get over that hump, because I know it can be hard for you. You know, definitely check out another business that I have where we're dealing with womb healing. It's called Budding Lotus Group, with my business partner Sophia Ifa. You know, we definitely specialize in yoni cleansings, yoni steamings. We help with just the rejuvenation of a woman inside and out. So we will definitely be having lectures coming again soon. Having a lecture coming up May 23rd at Black and Noble. And it's on sexology. So we definitely want to get into educating the minds of the people about sexology. I think it should be taught to teenagers and up, because so many people are misinformed about energy. So many people are misinformed about sex. And there's so many preventative methods that can be taken. So we definitely want to get into doing those things and becoming better people. You know, like I said, I love you guys. I appreciate your support and watching Terrain in my videos. It's always a pleasure to be able to share some type of information with you. I wasn't going to get all philosophical in this video, but it is my personal review to the Lemonade video, and I did love it. I did see how she paid homage to the women who were whose children were victims of violence. Of course, because she is in the industry, she threw her Black Lives Matter and her gay pride movements in there along. She's really trying to cater to everybody. And that's her business. That's her thing. By all means, do whatever makes you happy. Flick a hater off and keep it moving. Best revenge is your paper. Again, I am Kimmy, aka Mrs. Royal Bloodline, and I appreciate you guys supporting and watching me, and I will see you again next time. Oh yes, baby, we're going live this week, so tune in. Peace.